And so the doctor to me, he was like, how have you been like walking? I'm like, oh, I'm an idiot,
man.
you know?
I can't
And
picture
so-
that because I don't know what the anatomy of it is, but I'm just like cringing,
So
like,
it's
oh
this.
man,
So, like here's your knee joint. Right?
yeah,
It goes like this, right? In between here is this cartilage. So when you're going like this, it's
mm-hmm,
not just straight up bone on bone.
mm-hmm.
And for the listeners, I'm over here holding my knuckles against each other, north and southwise vertically, and saying that in between my fists is where the cartilage should be so that it's not bone on bone.
Mm-hmm.
And so he told me you can only play once. So you know what my dumb ass did? I was playing basketball 2-3 times a week.
Look, man, that's how you
No
do it.
meniscus, right? And so doing that, I put too much stress on my left leg, end up tearing my left ACL. I didn't have time for 4 years to get surgery on my left ACL. So 4 years, that was torn. Right leg was a peg leg because no meniscus, and I didn't fully rehab it out correctly. So torn knee and left knee, peg leg in the right leg. I finally get surgery on my left knee. And then I come across this thing called Softwave. It was an Instagram ad. And I've finished my rehab with my left knee, and I'm just like, all right, you know, moving on with life. Okay, at least I have one good leg now, or a decent leg. And
What do you mean by peg leg?
peg leg, you know, you think of like a pirate, and you ever think of like the
Mhm.
cartoons where
Mhm.
they have one leg that's just a wooden leg.
Yeah.
That's how my right leg was. It was completely useless. It didn't bend. It didn't have any nerve feeling.
Oh, wow.
I couldn't contract my quad. I couldn't contract my hamstring. My calf has dwindled away. The disparity between my right leg and my left leg was crazy in terms of the size of my leg.
Yeah.
So
That's crazy.
atrophied basically.
That's crazy. Wow.
Yeah. So it was pretty bad, man. And so because of that, I was depressed, man, and it sucked. Life sucked. And so, I came across, this thing called, Softwave. It was an Instagram ad, and it's basically, I'll show you, I got the machine right here. The machine's right there. It's a little box, and then it comes with this applicator right here.
Yep, I see it.
And so what happens is you just apply this applicator around the damaged areas. All right. And so what happens is this technology came about from kidney stones.
Yeah.
So
Ultrasound, right?
So basically there's this thing that they would basically send shock waves to break up a kidney stone into smaller pieces
Mm-hmm.
so that you can pass it easier.
Yep.
So they were doing this research, whatever, and then they come to find out when they moved this applicator over a damaged area, there was a slight pain in the body. And what was happening is these shock waves were hitting the damaged area and activating dormant stem cells. So what's happening
Interesting.
is that you're activating your dormant stem cells and your body starts to come heal itself. So inflammation.
The best type of healing.
Right.
Mhm.
So non-invasive, no needles, no pills, no nothing. I went for this session. As I got nothing to lose. It's $49.99. Let me go check this out. And this was like pre-pandemic. All right. So this was a while ago. Maybe like 2018, 2019, maybe more like 2019. So, I go, the guy gives me the spiel on the whole thing about the thing. So he says is soft tissue regeneration is the whole tagline of this technology. I do one session. It lasted 10 minutes. He did it. I felt the certain pains. I was like, oh yeah, right there, hit it there, you know, like keep it there. So basically what happens is if you move it over a healthy area, there's no reaction from the body. You move it over a damaged area, your body feels a slight pain. It's
Okay.
bearable, right? But the more pain, the better, because that means it's a very damaged area or there's a lot going on. There's a lot of inflammation,
Mm-hmm.
a lot of scar tissue. That's a lot of the main causes of a lot of the problems in our bodies, inflammation and scar tissue, right? And so, he does it 10 minutes. I am able to bend my knee all the way after one 10-minute session.
Yeah.
And I this is not a paid endorsement. I've I've sent over the years like a good 7, 8 to 10 people to this guy that I went to, and they've been using it. And I wasn't getting paid from it. I didn't benefit. I got a couple free sessions, but for the referrals. But like outside of that, I didn't get paid for it because truly it was life changing to me. I was able to then put all this basically bend my leg and put it all the way down, right? And put all this pressure that I was never able to do before. So fast forward after so long story short, back then it was 9 sessions for like $1,200.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. This is stem cell therapy costing me $1,200 with no needles, using my own stem cells to heal my body. I was able to heal my neuropathy and my atrophy. Like, it was amazing. It was like as if my leg was coming back online. Like my leg was unplugged. And as he was doing these sessions, it was like whoop, 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 like a robot just coming back online, man. And that is when it all realized. I was like, that's what it feels like to have feeling in my foot again. That's what it feels like to have these feelings. Like, I just thought that like I was fat. And then that my leg is just that's a fat person's leg, I'm fat now. So there's just no feeling there, right? But so that once those 9 sessions got me back right, and it got me back in my like depression gone, all these things. And so I've been doing it now just as maintenance and stuff like that. But now I was able to, like a year ago, I hold on my 1-year-old daughter. I had to run from the car to the store. Wouldn't have been able to do that if I didn't have Softwave. I mean, just literally everything. It was an opportunity again because of Softwave. And so it's just mind blowing. And so, yeah, man, that's Softwave. So yeah, so speaking of, so I was like, you know what, man, I'm gonna get a machine. I'm gonna serve the people, man. So I created a company with 2 good friends, and we call it Softwave in Motion.
Okay.
And so we are the only mobile Softwave providers in the state of Georgia. Everything is so economical. Like I told you, my 9 sessions back then, everything's got a little more expensive now, but it's still very relatively cheap.
I mean, when you're comparing it against surgeries,
surgeries. And then here's the other thing. There's so much data behind the usefulness and effectiveness of this machine that like they had a recent study to where basically they were using this to help people recover from cardiac surgery. And there's like this one indicator where this is like a good indicator. And I'm not a scientist, so I don't know, but this was like the gist of the research, was that this indicator went from like 5% to like 12%. And that's a big increase when you're talking about usefulness and effectiveness when it comes to rehab and recovery. This machine was helping that. This machine can also help open infected wounds. It has an antimicrobial effect. I found out, I was like, what? That's crazy. Yeah, it can help ED, like erectile dysfunction. I haven't done that, like, and the guy that like was telling me about it, he's like, oh, look, I ain't never done it. Okay. Don't ask me to do it, but it can do it. Okay. And I was like, all right, man, that's cool. Literally. So that was a $1,200 investment. It has a 90% success rate with no needles.
With knee stuff or
just in general, like what you're trying to use it for in terms of treating the pain and inflammation and all this stuff. 90% effective rate.
Yeah.
A success rate. Your normal your normal stem cell therapy where you basically withdraw the blood, put it in a centrifuge, run it through with the enrichment and with the stem cells and put it back into your knee. That is like at least $2,000 a session.
Yeah.
And it's like a 50% success rate. So
right.
Like the people that go to like Tijuana and Colombia to do the whole stem cell infusions, yeah, you'll feel good for a little bit, but it's not a long-term reasonable solution to it because it's not going to really stick.
Right.
In order to do it, you have to be very rich and do it frequently for it to work all the time, But this is like an awesome solution. So we're in the process of getting our website up and running, but holler at me, ATL_P if you want to know more about it, or I can just point you guys in the direction of the website. We're kind of in discussions on the domains.
Stealth mode.
Yeah. It's funny how things go, man. Domains and stuff is such a big deal. Like, apparently Softwave in Motion is already taken. It's like, who would take that?
They took it waiting for you. They're like, man, that boy Parodies, he's going to be trying to get this domain. I'm about to cash out.